Hello, friends of the VisionCrypto channel. My name is Arian, and my channel is all about crypto and chart analysis, and explained as simply as possible. Since the markets have moved up quite a bit in the last few days, I thought, let's talk about Bitcoin again today, because it really pulls the altcoins up or down with it. I want to go over the overarching chart of the current bull run again. And there's still this lingering doubt about whether the bear market is coming right now, or if we experience a strong sell-off, or if the price will continue to move further up. Right now, I'm counting it this way, that we have a 5-part upward movement here in wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and in wave 5. And here we are, since our wave 4, we need another 5 movements upward in wave 1, 2, 3, 4. And now wave 5 is still pending. It can happen again and again that these waves 5 are not developed and the price collapses beforehand. But to me, it looks really great that we're seeing another upward movement here, because a wave 4, you can already see that here from wave 3 to wave 4. Down here, we formed a nice trend channel, which ultimately let the rally run up here. And here we also have a nice trend channel. That means we're most likely going to move up into wave 5. If we had already seen a stronger sell-off, it would look like this, that we rapidly drop down here. It was the last bull run with the peak in the spring. After that, it went down very sharply at first, more or less in one go, almost 30%. And here at the second peak, where we also reached the all-time high, the first drop was also about 37% down. It doesn't look like that here, but much more like a wave 4. We also had a wave 2 there, and there we also had a very massive direct sell-off. So that's already a sign for me that we're going to go even further up. The question that arises, so what's next? After we reach this wave 5, my statement is only about this current rise. Are we just experiencing a summer lull, and will the whole thing continue in the fall? Or if we're actually sliding into a bear market now, for the next 2 years, I don't want to judge that just yet. Definitely, once this rise is over, we will enter a strong correction in a 3-part downward movement, where the prices currently stand, measured at a price of $130. We can't go that much higher. Then the prices will also drop accordingly if we go even higher. The prices will go even higher if we assume that we can make it. The $130 would be a target in a correction at around $45,000, maybe even $34,000, $35,000. Right now, I see more of the area around $45,000, because if we also look at the last bull market here, after our low, we had built up the bull run. And here it is that we hit the 0.5 Fibonacci level exactly at $15,000. And here we would also be at the 0.5 Fibonacci level at around $45,000. We still have a chance that the bull run could still expand further. I want to touch on that briefly again. And we had here an upward movement in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then there was another one to set up. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the green count. Here we have what I would call in layman's terms a little bump. And it could be that we expand another 1, 2 here, so that practically we have built a new wave 3 at this wave 5 up here, and then we have another wave. 4 lives, just like there and like here now, and then there will be a new wave 5. This means that this sell-off will only come later, but we can't say that just yet. We first need to wait for the current movement, and then we'll see what signs the market gives us. I would like to take a quick look at Bitcoin dominance with you again. Before we take a quick look at the chart again, because it strongly supports that how the altcoin season could unfold, or rather, when it actually starts, it's important to know that Bitcoin dominance needs to fall so that the altcoins can rise. And here, for example, we had the peak of Bitcoin dominance, and then it crashed down. And that was exactly the period when the altcoins really took off. Basically, the rough time frame after it became known that Trump is becoming the new president. And the further we move down here, the stronger the altcoins will ultimately rise. And we can see that we are currently experiencing a rather declining momentum in Bitcoin dominance. And if this continues to be confirmed, the altcoins will also take off again. And then we will find out what goals are still achievable there. Before we move on to the short-term area, I want to point that out again, because it just happened to me again in the last few days. I have also been quite upset. There has been this new regulation and the EU regulation since January 1st. And of course, it's the same for me that I have several exchanges. And I wanted to increase my position in Psi and had my first positions there in the exchange, which is now regulated by the EU. And I went in completely unsuspecting and thought I'm going to buy Psi now. But you can no longer buy Psi. The crypto exchange has decided to say, no, we're taking that out of the program. I can still sell them, but I can't buy them again. That means looking for a new exchange, or rather, fortunately, I already had it with CoinEx because that one is not EU regulated. And there you have the option to buy all the coins that are listed there. None were taken down. And it's also a large and secure exchange because they just celebrated their 7-year anniversary at the turn of the year. And that's already quite a long time in the crypto market. It's user-friendly. And anyone who signs up now can receive a welcome bonus of 100 euros. So much for that. But now let's talk about the short-term trend of altcoins. And we need to bring a bit of order into the chaos of all these drawings here. So what you see is basically just this small area, greatly enlarged. And it's like this, that we had expanded this wave 3 here. And we are now in this trend channel. And let's first go through a bearish interpretation. That means the price would really be selling off and we would have found our top here. Then it would be that we would have gone down here into a wave 1, into a wave 2. After that, there would be a sell-off into wave 3, 4, and 5. That means we would have a 5-part wave down. And this wave 2 to wave 3 would also be formed in 5 parts. That means you would have a wave 1, a wave 2, then a wave 3, 4, and 5. But it's like this. I'm going to make it even bigger now. That there is also a target for the regular run here, where this next wave 2 shouldn't go. And the target for the regular run is the 0.6 Fibonacci level. We're well above that. And at the latest, the price should turn at the 0.7 Fibonacci level. And we've also gone above that. And as I mentioned in the larger time frame with this chart formation and these trend channels, I find it hard to believe that we won't see any further sell-off. In other words, that this bull run is already over. That's why I'm removing these structures from the chart now, because as I said, I don't believe that we'll fall down again. But of course, you also have to say the market does what it wants. And sometimes it also chooses the less likely option that no one expects. But if you want to trade or buy, you always orient yourself to the likely scenario. And that is indeed that we will experience another increase. It's important to know that we have this trend channel here, and as you can see quite well, we were precisely rejected at this resistance and the price is now starting to move down again. What you obviously can't rule out is that actually, according to the Fibonacci, the regular target for this wave 4 at 86,600 would be in US dollars, that the price might drop down again into wave 4. Which completes and then goes up. That's one possibility. How the price can continue to develop. But the second possibility is as follows, that we're just getting a temporary correction here into a wave. 2, if this here should have been the first increase and then continue to rise, I can also give you a price target to be able to roughly assess that, because then we would be at a wave 2 at the latest trend reversal area at 93,600 US dollars, where the price should turn back up to be able to rule out that we might still expand wave 4 down here, but that it has already been completed there, and then it continues to go up into the wave. Prince. And I can give you price targets when we definitely know where wave 4 ends. I hope there were some exciting pieces of information for you in today's video. If that's the case, feel free to leave a thumbs up on the video. Leave me a short comment, or maybe just a little smiley that would help push the algorithm and be good for the channel. And I would like to point out that there's another exciting chart analysis waiting for you in the credits. I wish you all a great time. Until the next video, and bye.